What's good, Hampton? Thank you guys once again, like always, for tuning in. As you guys can see on the thumbnail and on the title, right? I was supposed to put Norteno, but I can't disrespect the Norte like that. I can't be disrespectful to that point. That's a whole different level, carnal. So as you guys can see on the thumbnail and on the title, right? Pocho 1 calls out Lefty Gunplay. And as funny as that sounds, right? I guess apparently it's true. I don't watch old boys content, but I did see someone post a video where supposedly a Norteño is calling out Lefty Gunplay. So I tuned in, and once I ended up realizing who it was, I figured, man, I have to drop a video on this, right? I had to make a video, give you guys my opinion, especially because I did drop a comment, and there was a couple of subscribers that have noticed, man, that your boy was in there, and he had something to say. So what better than to make it a video and actually let the rest of the gente know how I feel about that situation and give you guys my honest opinion. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Before I get started, make sure to hit them likes, make sure to subscribe, hit that follow, hit that notification bell, just in case we go live. You guys already be knowing it gets on and cracking on them. So with all that being said, man, thank you guys once again for all the support, and let's get started on this video, man. So like I was saying, I ended up watching a certain video where apparently a Norteño was calling out Lefty Gunplay. So I ended up tuning in, and I ended up realizing that it wasn't no Norteño, bro. But I get it. When it comes to that content creator, there's something strange about him, bro. I don't know. After a certain time, it gets a little bit weird. And I know that you guys hear on his videos that, oh, maybe he's just a little bit hyphy. Maybe no, bro. It's none of that. He portrays to be something that he isn't. I actually know some homies that know exactly who old boy is, and he ain't really about that life, bro. But one thing I do gotta say that, I mean, has been put out there already in the past is that content creator, bro, after a certain time, he starts sending weird messages, homie, and he likes to have those late night phone calls, if you catch the drift, right? So maybe him and Pocho are having some type of late night phone calls, or I don't know, bro. You guys gotta remember, at the end of the day, there's a lot of content creators that are just a little bit weird, homie, right? And they happen to like certain things that they don't really put out there on the whole social thing. So apparently, right, that the person that did call out Lefty Gunplay, let me just clarify this, and this is why I had said that I didn't want to disrespect the North like that, right? Old boy happens to be someone that, I mean, even though he's had a good job, I'm not gonna take that from him. It's a good job that he had. Everything was good, but he happened to be someone that, if you happen to be in the gang lifestyle, you're not gonna be working with certain people. With certain people being cops, and don't get me wrong, it's always good to do good for the community, but when you're in some type of gang lifestyle, there's just certain things you just don't do. So he was part of those don't do's, right? But not just that, this so-called Norteño happened to be someone that was down south, right? And he was actually there for a good minute, and a lot of people never knew that old boy was a Norteño or a northerner. All they knew about old boy was that he was from Northern Cali, and it was someone that would just technically stay out the way, right? But some things did end up happening while he was down there. I'm not sure who was the artist or who was actually the person that ended up going, I believe, to LA Icon or Fool's Community, right? Because this was someone that was associated with them. I'm not sure if he was a co-host or if he was a security guard. I'm not sure. I honestly don't know about that, right? But I did do some investigating after doing a couple videos on them. I had to do my research, right? And I did ended up finding out that he was pretty much kicked out, fired, They didn't want no association with them, right? After they ended up catching wind that he was a so-called Norteño or Northerner, and it wasn't because they didn't want to do business with them or nothing like that. The reason why, at least to what I was able to get out of it, was that he wasn't upfront about who he was until he felt comfortable enough that they weren't gonna do nothing to him. Because let's be real, man. If you happen to be working down south and you tell them straight up that you're a Norteño, more than likely you're gonna catch the blues, right? Especially on some of the programs where he was working. And even though he was working more like as a cop, he would have still got packed out. But now for the gente that are wondering, well, Conejo, why you keep saying that he's more like a cop? Well, there has been pictures, there has been certain things where he has actually talked about that he's actually worked with the state, and working with the state, I mean, well, I don't even have to. I should have just added the picture. There was actually a picture of him with, I'm not sure if it was the captain or whoever, right? But he's over there having meetings with black guys, bro. And to a norteño, that's a no-no. I doubt that he had someone escorting him or had a poste right around the corner just to see what they were talking about. I really doubt that, right? So I don't consider Pocho to be a norteño, man, like that. And even though I will have to say on this video, man, and even though I don't like to bring up family members, his jefita does have respect in that town, right? And Pocho's always been the person to try to use that to his advantage. But a lot of real ones have checked in, especially after some of the foul things that he did do on those programs. Because I'm not even going to re-bring it up, man. If you guys want to go see, make sure to tune into the older videos that I have dropped on Pocho, right? So that's one of the main reasons why I can't fuck with them, and I don't consider him a norteño. So when it comes to him running that fade with Lefty Gunplay, I honestly think it's all clout, and I think they just did it to get views, homie. Pocho, he don't really get too many views, to be real. But the other platform, which I mean, I happened to say earlier, he is a little bit weird, right? Especially once midnight hits. So who knows? Maybe they were having late phone calls and he was like, you know what? I'm going to make a video about you to help you out. I'm going to call you a Norteño. And let's see if it actually ends up going somewhere, right? But in all reality, I don't see Lefty Gunplay fighting this dude for one. I mean, people can get in their feelings if they say they're not gonna work with each other. It might have all started because I think Lefty Gunplay said that he wasn't gonna work with no norteños, and I think he was referring to Rico Too Smooth, the Predator. You know, you know what I'm saying. And when it comes to these three individuals, I know Pocho has done an interview with that fool Rico Too Smooth, so maybe they have like a little thing, all three of them, homie. Who knows, right? But the fight will not be happening for the ones that were thinking that old boy might reply. Nah, I don't think that old boy will give him the time of day, especially with two lanes like that, bro. Dispenser, man. No shots intended, but if the shoe fits, ya sabe, man. Put that motherfucker on, sport it. Hopefully it's red, you know what I mean, so that it's your guys' favorite color, and you guys already be knowing. But with all that being said, gente, you guys let me know what you guys think in the comments, bro. Do you guys really consider Pocho a norteño? Fuck. If you guys do, I mean, that's a sad situation, but make sure to drop a comment and let me know. And also, what do you guys really think about oh boy, weird situation, active war stories, wannabe norteño that in all reality it's not with that life? Maybe he has some family members that they may be, right? Maybe. But I know for sure he ain't one of them, right? And if he happens to be one, fuck, there's another fruity one in that little mix. So with all that being said, gente, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, man, make sure to hit a like, make sure to share with others, hit that notification bell just in case we go live. You never know, bro. People like this dude on the thumbnail might tune in. Will I let him on the platform? I don't know. I don't know. I might have to pull a dubs on them. You have your own platform, even though you don't get views like that. But with all that being said, gente, this is your boy Conejo. I'll catch you guys on the next one. And yes, man, I hope no one's feelings were hurt on this. I just kind of give my opinion, bro, that this is not no norteño, homie. So if you guys were actually expecting a norteño to be calling out a sureño for a fade, I don't see that happening anytime soon, especially not on social media. On the calles, oh yeah, that shit would happen all day, every day. but not on social media, bro. So with all that being said, gente, this is your boy Conejo. Catch you guys on the next one. We out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Woohoo! What fuck squirt gun?
It's E.B.K. every day, all day, to the day I die. It's E.B.K. 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 It's E.B.K. every day, all day, to the day I die. All day it's E.B.K. E.B.K.